Nolan Wells case in the public reaction
Nancy, in
to
terms of
interviews given by
Polsroot, he
people who
gets
knew him.
paid a lot of money
As
to
always,
muddy the
this
waters,
episode is
so
about
at least he's
discussing
doing
what's
his
being said
job.
publicly and asking questions, not accusing anyone of a crime. As I watched interviews online, I noticed many viewers were pointing out what they believed were inconsistencies in one person's story. Others focused on body language and emotional reactions, wondering whether the person appeared genuinely affected by Nolan's death. Now, I want to be clear. Body language alone cannot tell us whether someone is telling the truth or lying. People process grief differently. Some cry, some become quiet, and others may not outwardly show emotion. It's not proof of guilt or innocence. That said, it's understandable why people are analyzing these interviews. Nolan was only 18 years old, and his death has touched people across the country. Many viewers have said they expected to see more visible emotion from someone who described Nolan as a friend or brother. Speaking for myself, even reading Nolan's story affected me. I don't know him personally, but hearing about a young man losing his life made me feel for his family. My opinion is that if someone was close to him, people naturally expect to see some level of grief or remorse. But again, that's an expectation, not evidence. While watching YouTube, I came across BigKrisReact, who featured a professional analyst with years of experience discussing communication and body language. The analysis offered an interesting perspective on how viewers interpreted interviews. But it's important to remember that these kinds of analyses are opinions and should not replace the facts gathered by investigators. At the end of the day, the investigation, not internet speculation, will determine what happened to Nolan Wells. Until then, the focus should remain on seeking truth, respecting the evidence, and keeping Nolan's family in our prayers. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think body language can tell us anything, or should people avoid drawing conclusions until all the facts are known? I'm your host, Polo, and this is Let's Pop About It TV. If you appreciate respectful conversations that separate opinion from evidence, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed, and continue to pray for Nolan Wells' family as they seek answers.
Warren Hudson, a young man who describes Nolan Wells as a brother and best friend, did an interview yesterday. And being a practicing psychotherapist, I noticed a couple of things about his body language and his vocal tone that I want to share with you. So I'm going to show you a clip from that interview, and then let's talk about it.
Nolan, I could describe Nolan in a million ways. I mean, Nolan was not just a best friend of me, but he was a brother. I grew up through elementary, middle school, high school.
Obviously, I can't make any statements about Warren Hudson's involvement, his guilt or innocence in the circumstances that led to Nolan Wells' death. But I can tell you, some of the things I noticed in this interview were very, very interesting to me as someone who's been a practicing psychotherapist for about 20 years and has worked with thousands of people dealing with grief. The first thing I want to talk to you about is his overall presentation. There is literally no emotion in this interview whatsoever. And he's describing someone